Hello, you absolute legends. Can you guys relate to this? Do you feel pressure to be conflicting, seemingly contradictory things? Do you feel pressure to be upfront and honest, but you can't do it too much, or you'd be creeping a girl out? Do you feel pressure to be a gentleman, but don't be too soft? Do you feel pressure to make a move, but don't creep her out and be too much? Be confident, but don't be arrogant. Make sure you're humble. I think to be a man and maybe to be a human can be a little bit of pressure at times. It can be frustrating. It can be annoying as hell to be told literally opposite things. And we often feel like there's a right amount that we're supposed to do or a right action that we're supposed to take. And we feel like we're always overshooting or undershooting. I'm too confident, now I'm not confident enough. I'm too much of a gentleman and I'm a pussy. Oh, now I'm not enough of a gentleman and now I'm mansplaining or I'm problematic. And these things can drive us freaking insane. They can make you always feel like there's something wrong with you, like you're doing something wrong, like you want to just crawl into a hole and say, why do I even bother? Should I just not exist then? Someone's always going to criticize me. Someone's always going to judge me. No matter what I do, it's never going to be enough or it's going to be too much. Fuck, what do I do? This video is going to go in a different direction that maybe you would have figured out from the title. Women feel a lot of these things too. And I say that not to take away from your male struggle, not to take away from what it is like to be a man, because yes, being a man can be a hell of a lot of pressure. Holy crap. Guess what, guys? I have a penis and testicles. I know the pressures of being a man. I understand. A lot of women feel the same way, and I tell you that to show you that this is a human thing. And the people that you might think of as the other or the enemy or the threat, aka women, are actually more like teammates. They are going through a lot of the same struggles as you. They're going through a lot of the same pain points as you. They're going through a lot of the same difficulties as you. And if we can all sort of band together and help each other, then we might just get through this thing called life a little more unscathed, a little more happy, a little more peaceful, a little more joyous, and we might just get some sexual contact, a little bit of that beautiful pussy, to be crass, in the process. So from childhood onwards, most women learn that their sexuality and their beauty is both their biggest asset and also dangerous and a threat. Dangerous to themselves. You know, if you dress too slutty, then you're asking for it and you might deserve whatever happens to you. And guys can't help themselves and it's your fault. If you share too much with a man, if you talk too much to a man, then you're leading him on. You're disappointing him if you then stop replying or don't want to date him. You shouldn't be too nice to men because they might get the wrong idea. But you don't want to be a bitch to men because then you're a bitch. And what's wrong with you? You're supposed to be agreeable, but not too agreeable because you might lead him on. Women have every aspect of their physicality judged. And a lot of you guys do the same thing I do too. Welcome to being a male human. We are almost constantly evaluating the beauty and attractiveness of every woman that we see. And women do that with each other. And then the media does that on top of that. And then friends do that. Their weight is judged. They are told to look pretty, but don't look too pretty. Don't look like you're trying too hard. Because what happens? What do you guys think if you see a woman who's just caked in makeup? She has a ton of makeup on. You literally think she's wearing too much makeup. What's she hiding? What does she look like without makeup? Is she just unattractive and she's covering herself in makeup? That's what a lot of women think about each other. That's what women often think about themselves. So look pretty, but don't look too pretty. Isn't that relatable to men? You know, be strong, but don't be too strong. Don't be overpowering. Too much masculinity is violent and dangerous and aggressive, but not enough masculinity, and then you're a little pussy and you're weak. Women are often sexualized without consent, without wanting it, just for existing. She's literally just walking down the street, and your testosterone makes you feel like, holy fuck, she's sexy and I want to have sex with her. And none of that is a bad thing, by the way. I'm not judging that or saying that that is bad. But this is just what it can be like to be a woman. Women, just like men, need to feel like they're confident, but not too confident because that would be threatening. Women often feel like they have to be sweet, but at the same time, not naive. Women need to be perfect because some of you guys, you don't mean to, but you put women on a pedestal. You literally assume they're better than you, that they're cooler than you, that they're more interesting than you. You assume their lives must be perfect and easy just because they're pretty. And so women have this insane expectation to try and appear perfect, but at the same time, you got to be humble. What a contradiction. And a lot of you guys can relate to the same thing too. How often as men are we expected to be just fucking perfect? You got to say the perfect line, have the perfect charisma, be perfectly confident, be perfectly masculine. But don't be too much of those things, because then you're not being humble. Now you're being arrogant. Be cocky, but don't be too arrogant. Be confident, but don't be too confident. My God, it's enough to do anyone's head in. And guys, all of these are things that humans feel. I say this all the time. Women are so much more like you than you think. And any of you women listening, God damn it, guys are going through so much of the same stuff that you are going through. We all as human beings feel this seemingly contradictory pressure to be enough of something, but don't be too much of that thing. Be perfect, but you got to be humble. Be confident, but don't be arrogant. And it's so easy for both genders to think that the other gender or the other side has it easy. So many of you women think that to be a man is just easy. You know, look at extreme feminism where they say the patriarchy, it's so easy to be in the patriarchy. Men, cis white men have an easy life. And in doing so, you discard all of the struggles that that person is going through. You discard their humanity and you ostracize yourself from them. You make it very hard to build a connection with people if you are so focused on the differences or inventing differences. And men, you guys do the same thing. You see a pretty woman on the street and you just assume her life must be easy. I bet she has no dating struggles because she gets lots of matches on Tinder and Hinge. That is not the same as an easy dating life. What if she's going through absolute hell in her brain? What if she has mental health issues? What if half of those guys just want to fuck her and then discard her? What if most of those guys, and this is the actual reality, by the way, what if most of those guys are too scared to make a move because they feel all the pressure? Make a move, but don't make too much of a move. You got to be a gentleman, blah, blah, blah. And so most guys don't make a move. So she has hundreds of matches on Tinder that seemingly don't want to go out with her. Do you think that would increase her self-esteem or lower her self-esteem? And I have talked to enough women. I have enough female friends that say the dating apps just make me feel like shit. I get hundreds of matches and none of them ask me out on a date. Am I ugly? And I'm like, no, you have hundreds of matches. How could that make you think you're ugly? And they're like, well, why don't they want to go out with me? Why are they happy to just message me for weeks and weeks and weeks and never actually invite me out for a coffee or something? Maybe I'm ugly. All my female friends seem to have boyfriends. Why not me? Am I ugly? Is there something wrong with me? A lot of you guys feel like that too. You're like, why will these girls text me for weeks, but they won't ask me out on a date? Well, first of all, because you're the guy, and generally speaking, you want to be the one to make a move. Otherwise, you'll be waiting forever. But you guys and girls are both sitting there texting each other for weeks, both of you feeling unlovable, and you're both scared of each other. Or guys, you'll walk past pretty girls on the street and you'll be like, her life must be so easy. I can't go and talk to her because she's better than me. She's prettier than me. She's more attractive than me. I have heard this sentence so many hundreds of times from coaching clients, from you guys in the comments, where you will say, she is too good for me. Do you know how many women look at guys and go, he's too good for me? You're all freaking each other out, thinking the exact same things in your head, but not sharing that with each other. That's why I say go make a move, go shoot your shot. It will surprise you who says yes. And if you open up and talk to the opposite gender, you will see that they are a lot more like you than you think. Guys and girls, we have so much in common, but you're also focused on the differences and the similarities and freaking yourselves out over your seemingly unworthiness, your feelings of unworthiness. Who would you be if you let some of those go and just went and talked to the opposite sex a little bit more? And a lot of you guys will sit there on the dating apps or texting and you'll say, what do I text her? What is the perfect line? And you overthink the shit out of everything. Do you know how many female friends have come to me and said, I really like this guy. He sent this message. Can you tell me what to say in return? And I'm like, just say whatever's in your heart. Say whatever's in your mind. Why does it need to be perfect? And they're like, no, please, Andy, please tell me what to text this guy. Come on, Andy, you're a guy. Tell me what to say to a guy. What do guys like to hear? Help, like, please. Girls overtext things as well, guys. It is half the reason why they ghost, because they don't know what to fucking say. The same as why a lot of you guys ghost. A lot of people just don't know what to say. They're trying so hard. You guys and girls have so much damn things, or so many damn things in common. And guys, just like you, women are walking through the world trying to be perfect, trying to get it right, trying not to fuck up. They're trying to play not to lose. You know, they're so afraid of confrontation. They're so afraid of being judged. They're so afraid of being told off. They're so afraid of doing something wrong. They're so afraid of making mistakes. They're so afraid of failure. You guys can relate to that. Isn't that most of you guys? These are the comments that you guys leave me. They're the emails that I get. They're the things that come up in coaching calls. You guys are so afraid of making a mistake. You're so afraid of being judged, and women are too. You are both on the same damn team, which is funny because you're both so afraid of each other. And I used to be like that too. I was so scared of women. I was so scared of them judging me. And yeah, some of them will, some of them do. And usually that's an insecurity. If someone judges you, it's because they're terrified of being judged themselves. And so they're like, I'm going to get in first. If I judge and criticize other people, then they can't do it to me, which is a funny strategy because we tend to judge people who are judging us, don't we? But the ego is very naive. But the point is, I used to be very scared of all of this stuff, just like you guys are. But I promise if you open up to the other side, if you talk to women, and women, if you talk to men, you'll see that you have a lot more in common and you can start to walk this path together. Men and women are on the same team. We are yin and yang. We are one and the same. They might have boobs and pussies. You might have cocks and balls. And isn't that beautiful? Those two things fit together so nicely. But you have more in common than you think. You have less in discommon, if that's a word. I don't think that is a word, but I've just invented it, than you think. And you are more capable of walking together than you think. And life in general, but especially dating, becomes so much easier when you see those people as on your same team. It's me and you. It's not me versus you. We're all in this together. You are capable of connecting more than you think. Just stop looking at the differences. Stop thinking that you as a man are the only one that struggles. No, you're fucking not. Just ask a couple of women. You guys could literally walk up to women on the street and be like, hey, I'm kind of like wanting to meet people and I kind of want to get to know more what it's like to be a woman. And I have a lot of female friends. Do you mind if I ask you like a couple of questions? And the women that say yes, which enough of them will, because part of women's pressure is to be agreeable and be sweet and all of that. That's something that a lot of women are so terrified of ever being called not sweet or disagreeable or a bitch or mean. Women are so scared of being mean, just like you guys are so scared of being mean or creepy or perverted or arrogant or any of those things. But ask a couple of women on the street, can I ask you some questions? And then just say, what's it like to be a woman? I'm really curious, like, what are the pressures of being a woman? Like, what pressures do you feel? And she'll tell you, she'll open up. And then you can tell her some of your pressures. You know, she might even say, what are the pressures of being a man? And you're like, oh my God, fucking hell, here's like 20 of the pressures. And she'll go, wow, holy shit, is that really how you live your life? Like, do you feel those pressures? I had no idea. I just thought men were strong, confident, stoic rocks who exist in the patriarchy, make a ton of money, life is easy, they can just have sex whenever they want without being judged. That is a stress and a pressure that women go through. I thought life was easy as a man, and you're like, bitch, what the fuck are you tripping on? No. And then you guys might connect. This is literally how I learned all of this shit, guys. I just literally asked every single woman that I dated, and I still do this actually, so I've asked hundreds of women at this point, what is it like being you? What is it like being a woman? What pressures do you feel? What insecurities do you have? What do you worry about? What are you afraid of being judged for? What judgments, like what do people judge you for already? How does it feel to be you? What is it like to have a period? What does that even feel like? What is it like to have estrogen and progesterone? What is it like to have tits and boobs? What is it like to be penetrated during sex? I've never been penetrated. I guess I've done some anal play, so that's not true. I have been penetrated, but like, you know what I mean? What are these things like? What is it like to fucking suck a dick? What is it like to have a man kiss you when we have beards and it's rough? I only know what it's like to kiss a woman. You girls are all super soft and feminine and gentle. What is it like to have a man's hands on your body? Our hands are pretty strong. They're pretty rough. I got calluses on my hands and shit. Like, what's that like? And just start asking these questions and you'll get some insights. And women, you are allowed to ask men the same thing. You start to bridge that gap. And by knowing the people that you are trying to connect with, it is so much easier to connect. It blows my mind. Actually, it doesn't, because I get it. Men are just afraid. But it sort of blows my mind a little bit. How many guys on the internet, and just guys in general, will never actually fucking ask women any of these questions because they're afraid. And like, I get that. I used to be afraid too. But they will try and study women from afar. Most dating coaches don't walk up to women and just say, hey, what's it like being you? Hey, what's your life like? Hey, can we be friends? I'd love to just get to know you. I want to know what it's like to be you. I want to know what it's like to be a woman. Most people aren't doing that, are they? They learn techniques and all of these tactics and all of these manipulation tactics and all these weird things. And they try and guess what it is like to be a woman instead of just walking up to 100 women and saying, hi, what's it like to be you? Like, do a fucking study, guys. Get a decent sample size. Ask 100 women, what is it like to be you? Ask your sisters, ask your mothers, ask your grandmothers. Ask them what it used to be like back in the day, you know, for your grandmothers. What was it like being a woman in your era? What do you think it's like being a woman now? Ask random girls on the street. Any of you that have, like, younger fucking females that you know, like younger sisters or something, be like, what's it like to be you? What was it like to go through puberty? What's it like to have your period? What does it feel like to have men objectify you sometimes? And that's not even necessarily a bad thing. The word objectify has so many connotations. But what is it like to be sexualized by men? What is it like to be sexualized by the media? And then tell her what it's like to be you. And you will connect. You will start to see the patterns in the noise. You will start to connect the dots. Things that didn't make sense in the past will start to make sense now. You'll start to understand, oh, I get why lots of women ghost. Because they're fucking afraid of saying the wrong thing, because they've had men blow up at them when they try politely to say, hey, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. And he's like, fuck you, bitch. How dare you, like, turn me down? And she's like, oh, fuck, okay. I shouldn't say no to a man because then he'll get angry at me. And I'm just a small, vulnerable woman. He could literally kill me or hurt me or do something to me that I really don't want. Okay, I should just ghost. And lots of men ghost too. And if you ask men, why do you ghost? Because they say the same thing. I get told that I hurt a woman and I broke her heart and I don't want to be mean and I'm trying to be a gentleman. Everyone tells me to be a perfect gentleman. I don't know what I'm supposed to fucking text because everyone gives me contradictory answers and I'm so terrified of saying the wrong thing. So I just figured out that it's easier to just not say anything and just block her number and hope that she gets the picture, hope she gets the message. There are so many fucking similarities, guys, but you're not going to know them unless you sit down with women or walk up to them on the street or ask women that you date or ask female friends or just ask random freaking females what it is like to be them. Like I said, stuff will start to make sense. And it's really funny. Again, I'll say this in a funny way. It kind of blows my mind. There's so much dating advice and so many of you have this idea of like, I'm going to go and sleep with the thing that I don't understand. And I'm not going to do anything to understand them. I'm not going to do anything to learn about them, to ask them questions, to empathize with them. I'm not going to see them as a person. I'm just going to see them as an object to be conquered. And most of you are not like that. Like if you're in this community, you get it. Women are people. We want to see them as humans and we want them to see us as humans if they want to and all of that sort of stuff. But there's so much information on the internet, which essentially sees women as just these things. And so much female dating advice just sees men as these things that you have to like get money from or get commitment from rather than a person. Again, men and women, we are all human beings. We are all afraid of being judged. And yes, a lot of people will judge you. Just gently move away from those people and find the people that are a little bit less judgmental and more to the point, maybe. Work on being less judgmental yourself. The more open-minded and the less judgmental you are, the more you will find people like that because people like that will be attracted to you. I can tell you from personal experience, if someone is very judgmental, I gently move away from them. I'm not going to spend any time with them unless they pay me for coaching and then I'll help them be less judgmental. But I don't spend my time at all with people who are judgmental. And so as a pretty non-judgmental or a less judgmental person myself, I'm basically saying if you want women or you want people that are non-judgmental and pretty open-minded, start being one yourself. Otherwise, you're just freaking out and turning away all of the people who are non-judgmental. So if you want a more open-minded group of people around you, or if you want to date open-minded women, start being that yourself. But yeah, I want to finish up by saying men and women are pretty similar. We have so much in common. Start empathizing with them and you will find that you actually sleep with way more of them because things will start to make sense. You'll see patterns in the noise. You'll almost be able to see the matrix. You'll be able to completely understand. I understand why she did this. I get why she did this. I know what she's feeling right now. Or I can just ask her, what are you feeling right now? She'll tell me, and then we can solve that together. We can work through that together. Things won't be so mysterious in dating. A lot of the reason why guys and girls struggle in dating and why things don't make sense and you struggle to understand is because you're not asking people. You're not asking women or men, what are you going through right now? What's in your mind? How are you feeling? What are you struggling with? What's going on? The more you start to have these conversations and use your actual fucking words, gentlemen, the easier this will get. I'll leave you with maybe an example of this. Do you know how many times on dates I have, invited a woman to my place or said, can I kiss you? And she'll just get a little shy or get awkward or get uncomfortable and be like, like maybe not. And because I'm able to use my words, I'll say, that's cool. Like, how are you feeling? Like, Do you not want to do it at all? Do you not want to go back to my place because you're nervous? Do you want to wait till the next day? Like, how are you feeling? Like, obviously no pressure. Like, you can say no. You've already said no. But like, how are you feeling? And then she'll go, okay, well, I'm just a little bit scared, like, I don't really know you, and I'm nervous. Like, what would we do at your place? And I'm like, well, we'd do like whatever the hell we want. Like, if you want to just cuddle on the couch and make out, that'd be fun. If you want to touch each other over our clothes, we can do that. If you want to just put on some chill music, you can lay on my chest, nothing sexual. I'll just stroke your hair, tell you that you're beautiful. We'll just talk, kind of like we have been on this date, and we can just cuddle, listen to some music. I actually have a really nice playlist of like really nice music that I think you'd like. If we want to have sex, we're allowed to have sex. If you want to just keep our clothes on but make each other orgasm, we can do that. Whatever we want, we can do whatever the hell we feel like. Like, what do you want? And she'll go, wow, that all actually sounds really nice. I'm really scared. Like, would you mind if we kind of like slowly take our clothes off and kind of just cuddle and make out? And then is it okay if I see how I feel? And I'm like, yeah, you don't have to have sex with me. We can just see how we feel. And how about I ask you the entire time, like, how are you feeling? Do you want to go further? Do you want to stop? Do you want to pause? Like, how are you feeling? And I'll tell you how I'm feeling as well. How does that sound? Like, is that something you want? And she'll go, yeah, I really like that. Thank you. Okay, that sounds really nice, actually. And I'll say, okay, let's go then. Do you want to go? And she'll go, yeah, thank you. And we'll go back to my place. We'll cuddle on the couch. We'll do all the things that we said we would do. We'll go into my bedroom. We'll leave our clothes on, or maybe we strip down to our underwear or something. Maybe we eventually get naked. And I'm asking the entire time, like, how are you feeling? What do you want? Because I understand the pressure of being a woman. You want to have sex with this guy that you really like. You're kind of fucking horny and turned on, but you don't want to be a slut. You're supposed to be sexual, because if you're not sexual enough, then guys won't like you. Women learn that pressure early on. But if you're too sexual, then you're a slut, and he'll think less of you, and he won't stick around, and he'll just think you gave it up too easy, and now he can't respect you. And so she has all these pressures, and I understand them because I've asked a lot of women these questions. And so we'll be there in the bedroom. We'll be naked or down to our underwear. We'll be making out, and I'll say, how do you feel now? How are you feeling? And she'll go, I feel really good. Like, I'm still nervous. I'm still a little bit scared, but like, you're making me feel really safe. Like, thank you. I feel like you're not judging me. And I'm like, yeah, I'd never judge you. Or if I did judge you, I'd tell you, and we could just talk about it. I might judge people from time to time. We all are human, but we'll talk about it. And she goes, wow, that's really nice. And I'll say, like, what do you want to do now? Do you want to have sex, or do you want to wait? Like, what do you want? And she'll say, I think I'm ready for sex, but do you mind if we go really slow? I'm just still scared. And I'll go, yeah. How about we'll go slow. I'll just put the tip in or whatever. We'll go really slow and we'll see how you feel. And we do. We have the most gentle, slow sex the entire time while we're doing it. I'm saying, how are you feeling? How is this? Are you enjoying it? And she's like, this is amazing. And we'll have sex and it will be beautiful. And then afterwards I'll say, how did that feel? How was that? And she'll go, that was maybe the best sex of my life. That was really nice. That was amazing. Thank you for listening. Thank you for caring. Thank you for being nice to me. Thank you for asking how I feel. And so you guys will literally get laid more if you just understand women better. It's such an obvious concept. Like, that's why most of you are here. Most of you follow me and other dating coaches because you want to understand women. And it's funny that it never occurred to most guys to just ask women and be like, what is it like to be you? And ask a lot of women. Don't just listen to one woman. That's only sample size of one. We want a bigger sample size. Ask 10, ask 100 women. What is it like being you? And the more you understand women, the easier it will be to connect with them. The easier it will be to have sex. The better the sex will be. The more they will trust you. The more they will be grateful for you. The more they'll say, wow, look at this guy. He actually cares about me. Holy shit. I want to get to know him and care about him. So the deeper connection you will have, and the more she will care about you, which is what most of you guys want as well. So I'll finish up by saying you are all doing a fabulous job. If you would like more help with this, now is the perfect time. There's 50% off my coaching deal, or 50% off my coaching program right now. I will leave a link down below in the description to that. And this is the bread and butter of what we help guys with. We help you guys connect to women, do that in a very honest, authentic way, and connect to yourself. We help take away some of that pressure and that guilt and that fear and that shame of like, I have to be the perfect man, but I got to be humble. I have to be confident, but not too arrogant. I have to make the moves, but I can't make too many moves, or then she'll think I'm perverted and creepy. This is what we help you guys. We help break through all of that noise and get to the heart of who you want to be, and we help you be that, and we help you embrace dating, sex, relationships, and all of that stuff, and do it in a very honest, authentic way where you get laid 10 times more than you ever could have imagined, with honesty, ethics, morality, integrity, all of those beautiful big words You're absolutely capable of all of this. I'm happy to jump on a free call with you if you want to talk through the program and talk through your fears. If you have any questions, you want to talk money and payments and all of that, the price is just there. The price is $5,500 at the moment. It's normally $11,000, so huge discount. We have payment plans as well. So even if you can't pay that $5,500 upfront, that's completely fine. We'll put you on a payment plan like we've done for plenty of other guys. I would say probably half of the guys that sign up take a payment plan. So you can absolutely take that. I will leave a link down below in the description to that. Like I said, now is the perfect time. I think this discount goes for another 24 days at the time of releasing this video. So 24 more days. Do not miss out. As always, ladies and gentlemen, go out there, crush those goals, be a little bit more open, be a little bit more honest. Women are so much more like you than you could ever possibly imagine. It is not you versus women. It is you and women on the same damn team.